Welcome to another edition of OverTorqued Rides. Today I'm here with my good friend Richard McPherson. Hey Richard, how are you?
Good.
Good. Thanks for having us.
You bet.
Richard's going to tell us a little bit about these C10s that he built. Well, Richard, tell us a little bit about this truck.
Well, this truck came about because I have my other one that was computerized and fuel injected and things, and me and my wife were going to Phoenix in it, and I just looked at her and said, "What are we going to do if it breaks down?"
Yeah.
And so that got my wheels to turning on the rest of the trip, thinking, I need to build me something that's just old school that we would have had years ago, that is simple to work on, simple to fix. So I started looking and I found this truck in Sierra Vista. It was actually a running, driving, pretty nice truck, but that's what I wanted. I spent so many years redoing these that were so far gone, and I didn't want one that was so far gone. And this one was complete, it ran and everything, and so we went and brought it back.
Right on. And I saw pictures of it. It was a really nice truck.
Yeah,
you really had a good foundation
bad
to start with.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And this was a long bed, right?
It was a long bed, and originally I was looking for a long bed because I had it in my mind that what I was going to build was something I was going to use as a daily driver, use around the place, and
yeah,
I didn't want to show cars, so I actually shopped for a long bed, and then I bought that one and I brought it home and I put it in the shop here and I got started on it. And I'm like, it's such an investment, and is it truly what I want?
Yeah.
And 90% of the cost on doing one of these is from the cab forward. And I thought, if I'm going to do all of that, I'm just a short bed guy. Not knocking long beds, they're great. Sure. A lot of people have them. I love them. But for me, and I just like the look. So I decided to do a short bed conversion on it. I had seen how to do it. It didn't look very complicated. So I did.
Yeah, and it turned out great. You can't even tell. Looks amazing.
Yeah, it turned out good. And a lot of guys will try to hide the fact that they've been converted to a short bed. I don't mind telling people that.
Sure.
I've got nothing to hide about it or anything. And if anybody else intends on doing it, I'll tell you how I did it if it works for you.
Yeah, and you did it right. You did a really good job. What this color is like? It looks gray, but I noticed when it gets in the sun, it's got like a green kind of a sheen to it. How did you pick the color?
I was actually watching a TV show, and they had a greenish silver Rolls Royce on there. It was painted the factory color, but I liked it. And I went to try to get a paint code. You don't get paint codes for Rolls Royces. So I ordered a gallon of silver and a gallon of green. I still have them in my cabinet there. And I just poured the silver in a 2-gallon bucket and then started pouring green in there till I liked it.
Till you're happy.
Yeah, and so that's what it turned out to be,
Yeah, that's cool. I think Rolls-Royce doesn't put their color codes out because they're afraid guys will spray it on Chevy trucks.
That's probably true. and it's got the white that offsets it really well.
Yeah, it looks great.
And so I wanted to do a two-tone. And like I say, it's not perfect, but for an everyday driving truck, it's nice.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good. Turned out great.
Yeah.
Well, let's walk around the truck and have a look at some of the features of it.
Well, going around, the first thing you'll notice is the rally wheels. I wanted to do something that was kind of old school, and I think a lot of guys will remember those. I did the 5-lug conversion when I did this, and the disc brake conversion, so it's a 5-lug disc brakes. Power steering, all that, and then the body side moldings. And then these were originally red. They're red on my other truck, but I painted them about the same color as the 71 and 72 hood or grill emblem.
Yeah.
Just to kind of be something a little bit different.
Yeah. It looks great with the silver background.
Yeah, actually, I like the blue on really there. I think the blue looks good. It's something a little bit different. And then did the body side moldings on it. Then coming back, I did the cab belt molding for the white top.
Okay.
And then we've got the bed liner in the back. We did a color-coded bed liner. And then again, the short bed conversion.
Yeah.
And to put that into perspective for people, whenever you do this short bed conversion, you're actually shortening the truck by 20 inches.
Oh, okay.
And so how that works, I had the cab and everything off. So you take out 12 inches out of the frame between the cab mounts, and then move the rear cab mount back is what I did. And then you cut 8 inches off the back of the frame.
Huh.
And then the long bed has an extra set of perches on the front to set the bed on. You just remove those, and then this bed fits the rest of the perches.
Oh.
So you don't have to change bed perches. And then I took 12 inches out of here, and then I took 8 inches out of here to get the 20-inch shorter bed to match the frame. And then along with that, I added the gas tank under the back. Originally, they're right here.
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, moved it back here.
Yeah, I drove an old tow truck back when I was a kid, and it was a 68, and it had the gas right there.
Yeah, they did that clear up to 72.
Right behind the seat.
Yeah. So when I did this back here, it was a little more complicated because I shortened the bed 8 inches right here, and then this body line comes in at an angle. So you have to cut this at an angle. I cut this at 22 degrees so that the body line would continue to line up.
Yeah.
So along with cutting it down, I also added this gas tank door from an S10 that worked out really well. I used the filler neck and everything for a rear-mounted gas tank.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's nice.
A lot of changes going on right there, but it turned out okay.
Yeah, it turned out beautiful.
Yeah, so really, I mean, there's a lot of guys that have different ways that they do their short bed conversions or whatever, and like I said, that's the only one. Now, the other thing with that conversion that adds a little bit to it is a long bed has a center stake hole pocket.
Right.
And a lot of guys don't remove that, so if you don't, you can tell it's been converted because it's got an extra stake hole pocket. I just chose to remove all of them along with the pocket inside the bed so that you couldn't really tell.
Yeah.
And then also when you cut these bed sides down, being that this is a double panel, you also have to shorten the inner bed panel too. So
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
wow.
so
yeah, that's a lot of work.
A lot of work because you have to cut the inner bed panel too.
Yeah.
Because it's a double panel, so you've got to work the inside and the outside both.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one has the original header panel, the original fender tubs, the original tailgate, all of that stuff. The floor is still original, but you have to shorten the floor 20 inches too.
Right.
So I had to take 8 inches out of the floor back here and 12 inches out of the floor up there.
Up front, yeah.
To make it all line up.
Well, you'd never guess. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
guess.
good. It's like I said, it's a daily driver. If I was going to do more of a show type truck, I probably would have elected to have just bought new short bed sides.
Yeah, it turned out great. Looks awesome. And you redid the interior, and it looks really original. Can you tell us what you did on the interior?
Well, what I did whenever I did the interior, first of all, you can see the plaid. I wanted plaid. I just had a hang up. I wanted to do something in plaid. I had never done it. And it was very popular back years ago. So we got online and found this roll of plaid material still in the wrapper from 1977.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, so I bought its factory GM plaid from 1977.
Wow.
And then one thing that looks a little different that might be a tip for somebody that's interested, the 55 and 56 Chevy armrests are identical. They bolt right on. They're 6 1/4 from center of hole to center of hole, so they screw right on. They have the right angle. I upholstered these the same as the door panel on the top side. They've got that little chrome strip, but to me, they just look a lot nicer than that big armrest that these trucks came with.
Yeah, I remember those. They were pretty bulky. It looks real clean. You'd never guess that you switch that out. It's very subtle.
And so
looks nice.
I think that's a nice thing right there. I found a guy down in Coolidge, and I can't remember his name. He's on the internet, but all he does is C10 interiors, and he has all of the factory patterns.
Okay.
So whenever he does the seats, all of the seams and everything in the seats are identical to where they were in 68.
Cool.
So he did everything in here as far as the seat, the door panels, the sun visors, the dash pad, that sort of thing. It's not, I mean, it's got the factory tack. I added all of that stuff in there. I put the AC in there. It wasn't an AC truck. I added the AC in there. And then that shifter is for an automatic. It's got an automatic in it, but I used the original 68 C10 shifter boot and everything to make it look sort of original, because it was a 4-speed truck when I bought it. And I shortened the steering column. They usually have several inches between this bell and the dash. And I moved the steering column down and then cut the shaft off where it goes into the gearbox and moved the steering wheel down several inches away from the driver, which has really made it a lot more comfortable, along with the tilt wheel.
Yeah, you don't even notice it. You had to tell, I didn't catch it. You had to tell me that before I picked it up. That's neat.
Yeah,
That's
it just adds a lot more space to it. Other than that, it's pretty simple inside. I mean, I built the cup holder. My wife wanted cup holders in it, so I built the cup holder out of MDF and then fiberglassed it and bolted it right to the seat so it moves when the seat moves.
Okay.
So the cup holder worked out real good.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I put air conditioning in it.
So this truck was meant to be driven.
It's meant to be driven. That's what I say. You know, everything I have, I want to drive it.
Yeah.
That's why we build them.
Yeah.
You know, to me, having one just sitting in your garage with a car cover, you're afraid if anybody touches it, that's no fun. And so that's kind of what's going on with the inside of it. Moving around to the back, I kind of caught a little bit of flack for the back of it because I elected to put a step bumper on the back of it, because most of these either have a roll pan on them or a smoothie bumper. I elected to put a step bumper on for, number one, they had that when they were built. This is the way they came. But the big thing is about it is I wanted to be able to pull my little trailer with it or whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I put the work lights in the bumper and I wired those into my backup lights so that they all 4 come on, and it's just worked out real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guys like me with poor eyesight can still back up in the dark.
Yeah, and then like I say, you can see right here, I brought the bed liner over the top of the tailgate in case I haul something long in the bed or something. I'm not scratching up the top of my, and color-coded the bed liner with the rest of the truck.
So it's in fact, it's like a perfect match. How did you get your bed liner to match the
Well, whenever
paint
you
exactly?
do this, you know, you can order the bed liner material clear.
Okay.
And then when you get it in clear, you just take some of the actual paint that goes on the vehicle and put it in the bed liner material. So it is an exact match. As far as this piece right over here inside the bed, if you can see that, when I added the gas tank to it, the filler neck actually comes through the inner bed panel. But you can buy that still, and it is the factory panel for a Blazer.
Okay.
This year a Blazer, because they had their gas cap out there, and they had to have that on the inner bed panel to hide the filler neck.
Protect the filler neck.
Okay. Yeah, so that's actually a panel out of a Blazer.
A Blazer.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, a guy could build one.
Sure.
You know, you could build one, but for this one to be the actual panel out of a Blazer, it just made it easy. It fit the bedside.
Yeah.
You know, because the inner bedside's the same on this as it is on a Blazer.
That's a Blazer.
It's the same thing. So all of the contours and everything fit it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's Chevy for you. They're like the easiest thing to customize. There's always something that bolts right in.
That's right. You know,
Chevy's really
and
good
they
about
really
that.
haven't changed to this day.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was their popularity all the years with the hot rodders and everybody, the car enthusiasts, because everything's so interchangeable.
Well, let's look under the hood. I think that's the only thing we haven't covered. It looks good. Looks slick.
And then as far as the engine goes, like I said, guys, it's old school for the most part. I do have the AC compressor on here because I put AC in it, got the power brake booster, and that because I did the disc brake conversions and put power brakes on it. A lot of guys go with the serpentine belt now, which is a great setup, and they go with the radiator with the electric fans on there, which is a really good setup. But for me, being old school, this is what I wanted. And the last thing you know, we've talked about it before, is you don't want to drive one of these and have problems with it overheating.
No, no.
You know, and so these trucks back then had a big block option to them. So I ordered the big block radiator, the big block brackets, the big block shroud, put a heavy fan in here, heavy fan clutch, because I didn't want the overheating problems. And I haven't had any. It works really well.
Yeah.
So it's not, in today's comparisons, I've had people ask me if this truck is fast. It's not. It runs good.
Sure.
I've got the dyno sheet over there, and it's 414 horsepower. It runs good.
That's a little more than this truck came with.
It's a lot more. And the thing is, it just, you know, you see vehicles, and I think car guys can relate to this, where you drive down the road and it feels like the parts don't like each other.
Yeah.
They're fighting with each other.
Yeah.
They don't get along. But this is one of those that it just all worked. Everything likes itself, you know, and it just goes down the road real trouble-free. And I've built these C10s since I was a boy, and this is one of the best ones I've ever seen or drove or been around, and not just because it's mine. It drives better, it rides better, it steers better. It's just a great little pickup.
Yeah.
That's my cat Little right there, by the way.
Hey, kiddo. Oh, that's funny. Well, you can tell who rules the roost around here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's my little partner.
Yep.
But the thing is, it's neat about this truck, guys, is it's got a Holley 650 with vacuum secondaries, a manual fuel pump. It's just simple.
Just
it's
like
easy to work on.
It's very similar to what would have been done in the 60s.
Oh, yeah, it is, you know, and that's the thing, is it's very simple. It's very easy to work on. There's just not a lot to it.
Yeah.
You know.
And so your AC, this isn't factory. So on these trucks, the factory airbox came.
Oh
way
yeah,
out into
it
the
had a
engine
big
bay,
heater
right?
box on the outside, and then if it had factory AC in it, it had way more than that.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on.
The compressor was over there, and it was that big steel.
Yeah, and you know, Vintage Air is what my other truck has. This one's actually made by Classic Auto Air. Anyway, I decided on this one that I would go with their company. Vintage Air's fantastic. I guess there's some other ones that are good.
Sure.
But when you do this, you get rid of all of that. There used to be a big hole in the cab right there where the blower motor was.
Right, right. Yeah,
so I took that out, and then everything's mounted under the dash now. So
it's real clean. Looks great.
It's real efficient. One thing I like about this Classic Auto Air is when you shut your heater off, it shuts this valve off right here and doesn't circulate hot water in your cab.
Right.
I like that feature.
Yeah, that's real nice.
So anyways, it's just a clean, simple little truck that's easy to work on. Like I said, it's got the disc brake conversion, sway bar, everything underneath of it. It drives really nice. It stops good. It's just a nice little pickup.
Yeah.
You know.
And this cat isn't factory installed, right?
Factory installed. She kind of runs the whole place. I got 4 dogs, and she was raised by my 4 dogs, and so she.
Oh, that's cool. Well, she's right at home. She's
Yeah,
not
she's
afraid
at
of
home.
anything.
Nope. She's
cool.
my partner.
Right
That's a
on.
woman.
And this is a blueprint engine, right?
It is, you know, and here's the thing about that. This one came with the carburetor on it, the distributor in it. They dynoed it. They set the timing on it.
Oh, wow.
And everything.
It's ready to rock.
It's ready to go. And this one has a roller cam, roller rockers, everything in it.
Well, and it's
Aluminum heads.
And it's a 4-bolt main block.
4-bolt, brand new.
Yeah.
One-piece rear main seal,
Yeah.
brand new block.
With the spot for the mechanical fuel pump still. Those
That's
blocks
right.
are.
Yeah, and it's all brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
That's
brand
cool.
new. 700 R4 in it that I had built, and then it's got 373 gears in the rear end with an Auburn posi in the rear end.
Okay.
And so it's made to drive.
Yeah, you talked about the truck just getting along and working together. You really did your homework and did a good job getting the foundation right on this truck.
Well, small block Chevys and 700 R4s, they like each other. You know, and then I put a 2800 stall converter in it. So with the cam that's in it, it'll pull up to the light, and it'll sit and idle.
Yeah,
not
that's
trying
cool.
to creep on you or bog down, especially with the air conditioning on. So everything just worked.
Yeah.
You know, and I really like when they came out with this one-wire alternator.
Oh,
I love these because you get to do away with the voltage regulator and all the stuff that this came with, and just throw all that away. So I love the one-wire alternator. I think everybody does that builds these. You know?
I don't know how many tractors are running around the United States of America with that alternator.
Hey, it's a great product.
Yeah, oh, it is.
I mean, everything in here, you know, that's one thing that's cool about this is all of the parts in here is stuff that have been proven for years and years and years. And I think a lot of the older, simpler stuff like this is kind of making a comeback.
Yeah, it's an experience to drive one of these down the road and to feel the way the suspension goes over the bumps and to feel the throttle. I've got the sound. Yeah, that old '68 Dodge Polara that I have. You go down the freeway on that thing, and it is a whole different experience than what we.
It's a driving experience. And now they've even, you know, the older guys like me, we grew up liking to drive.
Oh, yeah.
You know, whether it was shifting gears through a Muncie 4-speed or whatever it was. There's still a lot of really hardcore, true hot rodders out there that love this stuff, and I'm one of them. And I think once you have that in your blood, it doesn't go away. Yeah. It's there.
I agree. I agree. All right, well, let's close the hood down. You want to take it for a ride?
Yeah, we'll take it for a ride.
All right, let's go. So Richard, you said this is your daily driver, right?
It is. I drive it a lot. You know, we're lucky where we live. We have pretty nice weather most of the time. If it's real bad out, I don't drive it, but for the most part, I do. It just, you know, it's good.
Yeah. It rides nice.
I mean, it does. It rides nice. You know, one thing I'm real impressed with it is how good it rides. It drives straight down the road. It doesn't have any wind noise in it. Yeah. There's no rattles in it. It just turned out really good. Yeah, and it's fun to drive. It's you know, and it does surprisingly pretty well on gas. So why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I just as soon drive it as it just sitting there. I don't drive my other one that much, but this one I built it to drive.
To drive. Yeah.
Yeah, it was built to drive.
Yeah. Oh, check out that old Ford.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go load a cord of wood in the bed of it or anything like that, but just you know, it's done its work in its life.
Yeah.
You know, I look at it in the fact I'm retired, and so is it. It's done its work. It's pulled its load in its lifetime, and it's time for it to take it a little bit easier too.
Yeah.
And so I enjoy it. I drive it. I take care of it. And I think that's what it's all about.
Oh, for sure.
You know?
It's cool. I think back in 1968, I don't think you get to have this clean and clear of a conversation in this truck when it was stock.
Oh,
I think you've made this better than what it
was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the thing is, back when they built these trucks originally, they were built as work trucks.
Yeah.
You didn't have your soccer moms out buying a truck.
Nope.
You know, they were built to work out of, so a lot of the fabrication of them was sort of crude. Mm-hmm. They were built well, and they were built to do I mean, it's been 57 years and it's still around, so they did something right.
Yeah.
But the thing is about it is, its days of doing that hard labor is over.
These trucks are a pleasure to work on. These old, 60s, early 70s trucks.
Yeah.
They're just so simple and clean.
Yeah.
And actually, this is when cars were fun to fix before it got frustrating.
And I think, and like I said, you know, you see a big comeback, I feel. And so a lot of people, especially the younger generation, are discovering a part of history that they never knew existed.
Yeah.
You know, back when working on them was fun and simple and all the things you're talking about. I think for a lot of car guys too, and I know I'm that way, I'm sure you are too, you have the destination and you have the journey. And so many people, when they start these projects, all they're focused on is the destination.
Yeah.
They're not focused on the journey.
Yeah.
And for me, the journey is the sweet part of it. The memories that you had building it, the help that you got from building it, the, you know, relationships that you did, just all of the sweat and blood and tears and everything
Yeah.
you put into it, it is the journey.
It's true.
You
it's
know,
true.
When you're driving down the road like we are today, is the destination.
Yeah.
You know, it's the payoff for doing all of those things, and that's cool too, because you have something that you'll always have.
Yeah.
My little green truck we're going to do the video on has sentimental value. This one don't.
Yeah.
You know, I bought this truck to fix up. It doesn't have history in my family. It wasn't my dad's. I wasn't raised, you know, it doesn't have that like my other one
Yeah,
does.
it's just a cool truck.
And I think a lot of times if people have a real sentimental bond to one of these, the money, they don't care.
Right.
Because I've always said that the only 2 days anything matters what it's worth is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. That's the only 2 days it matters.
Yep.
Well, if you've already bought it, the only other day's ever going to matter is the day you sell it. Well, if you don't intend on selling it, what difference does it make?
Yeah. Yeah. Have a
Right?
ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
You ready?
Yeah. Let me take a drive. That'd be great. I just love this shifter. This is
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
And this is a healthy truck, Richard.
It is.
Oh, and it's so effortless. This is nice.
Yeah, that's
You
what
never
I say.
guess that this thing's carbureted.
I know. Yeah.
Man, they dialed that thing in so nice. And the steering wheel just feels, you know, natural in your hands. You did a good job, man. This
Thank
is
you.
awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun little pickup.
And you can tell the difference. I mean, I drove that 68 tow truck around when my old man was running it, and I was towing cars all over with it. And the steering wheel definitely is farther out. And, you know, it was a boat. It came without...
Yeah.
It came without power steering, so it's a tow truck, no power steering. It's got this. I mean, it's like you're driving a boat with that huge old steering wheel.
Well, they had to have when it had manual steering, or you couldn't have turned it.
Yeah. Oh,
you know?
yeah.
But with the power steering being in them now, and the smaller wheel just creates so much more space in your cab.
Yeah.
And you don't have it right on top of you, and it's just a lot nicer setup that way.
Yeah.
And power steering's a good option.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And this has the trailing arm rear differential or rear suspension,
It does. It has the trailing arm and the rear coil springs, which I really, really like.
Yeah.
I think it gives it a little better ride. I really like it.
You know, Richard, we talked earlier about how sometimes all the parts just fit together and work together. You nailed it on this truck.
Yeah, it's a fun little pickup.
What a great job Richard did in building this beautiful 68 Chevy. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next OverTorqued rides.